Hello, 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 my beautiful drama lovers, my melon eaters, and my fellow C-Ent survivors. Welcome back to the channel. We are diving deep into the trenches. Today's episode is heavy, it is exclusive, and honestly, it is something that has weighed heavily on my heart as someone who genuinely loves these artists. We always talk about the glamour, the gorgeous ancient costumes, the S-plus budget dramas on Tencent and iQIYI, and those perfect red carpet moments where our favorite stars look like absolute deities descending from the heavens. But today, we are ripping off the glamorous filter. We are talking about the reality behind the camera, specifically focusing on two of the biggest, brightest, and seemingly most outgoing stars in the industry right now, Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning. If you have been in the C-Ent sphere for more than 5 minutes, you know these two names. You know their dynamic. From the days of the long ballad, where their Hao-Yen pairing absolutely shattered our hearts and glued them back together, to their highly anticipated reunion in The Legend of Jewelry, these two have been the talk of the town. The media paints a very specific picture of them. Zhao Lusi is painted as the ultimate sweet, bubbly, sunshine girl of the post-95 generation. She is the golden retriever energy personified, the girl who is always laughing in behind-the-scenes clips, playing pranks on her co-stars, and bringing immense joy to the set. Liu Yuning, on the other hand, is the hilarious, outspoken, endlessly entertaining livestream king turned leading man. He is the guy who will talk to his fans for hours, cracking jokes, roasting himself, and projecting this image of an unbreakable, extroverted, charismatic boss. But what if I told you that almost everything the Chinese media presents to you about their current state of mind is a carefully constructed, heavily guarded illusion? What if I told you that the constant, crushing weight of the Chinese entertainment industry has fundamentally changed who they are behind closed doors? Today, we are spilling the tea on the double lives of Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning, the extreme mental pressure they are under, the severe introversion they have developed as a survival mechanism, and how the media machinery is working overtime to cover it all up. The illusion of the sunshine girl. Let us start with our girl, Zhao Lusi. When she first burst onto the scene, capturing everyone's hearts in those incredibly fun, low-budget web dramas, her bubbly personality was her absolute superpower. She was fresh, she was unproblematic, and she felt like the funny girl next door who just happened to stumble onto a film set and hanged in. The industry quickly realized that this sunshine sweet girl persona was highly marketable. Sponsors loved it. Platforms like Tencent and Youku capitalized on it. She was cast in role after role that demanded she be the energetic, slightly chaotic, but deeply lovable heroine. And she delivered. She delivered so well that the lines between Zhao Lusi, the actress, and Zhao Lusi, the person, began to blur in the eyes of the public. However, as she climbed the ranks to become a top-tier post-95 little flower, carrying massive S-plus projects on her shoulders, the environment around her shifted drastically. The higher you climb in C-Ent, the thinner the oxygen gets. Every single move she made began to be scrutinized under a microscopic lens. The paparazzi, or the guzi as we call them, started camping outside her hotel rooms, following her car, and analyzing every single micro-expression. Marketing accounts, the infamous Yingxiao Hao on Weibo, realized that anything with Zhao Lusi's name attached to it generated massive traffic. And in this industry, traffic equals money, regardless of whether the attention is positive or negative. Behind the scenes, this relentless scrutiny began to take a massive toll. Imagine waking up every single day at 4 a.m., sitting in a makeup chair for 2 hours, heading to a freezing cold or boiling hot set in Hangzhou, and knowing that hundreds of cameras are waiting to catch you looking tired, annoyed, or just blank. If she doesn't smile at a passing camera, she's labeled a diva. If she looks exhausted, articles are written about how she's losing her youth or failing to manage her condition. The pressure to maintain the sunshine illusion became a suffocating armor. Sources close to the sets of her recent dramas have quietly whispered that the moment the director yells cut, the bubbly energy evaporates. It's not because she's fake, it's because she's emotionally and physically depleted. The mental pressure has pushed her deep into her own shell, transforming her into a profound introvert off camera. She no longer has the energy to be the life of the party. She spends her breaks isolated in her trailer, avoiding unnecessary social interactions, not out of arrogance, but out of absolute self-preservation. Her circle of trust has shrunk drastically. The constant fear of being recorded, misinterpreted, or betrayed by someone on set has forced her to build massive walls around her true self. The media, however, absolutely refuses to report on this shift. You will rarely, if ever, see an article in the mainstream Chinese entertainment news discussing Zhao Lusi's mental exhaustion. Why? Because the sweet, energetic girl is a multi-million-dollar brand. The platforms need her to promote their dramas with a dazzling smile. The luxury brands she represents need her to look flawless and untouchable. The media companies are actively incentivized to bury any signs of her struggling, opting instead to release heavily curated, overly edited behind-the-scenes clips that only show her laughing and joking. They are actively maintaining a ghost, a past version of her, while the real Zhao Lusi is silently fighting a massive battle with anxiety and the heavy burden of her own success. The exhausted entertainer. Now, let's talk about Liu Yuning. His journey into the heart of C-Ent is one of the most fascinating and inspiring stories we've ever seen. Starting as a street singer, grinding his way up through social media, building a fiercely loyal fan base, and eventually kicking down the doors of the acting world to become a leading man. His superpower has always been his mouth. He's witty, he's incredibly fast on his feet, and his live streams are legendary. He built his entire empire on being the relatable, talkative, slightly cynical, but deeply caring older brother figure. He's the guy who will spend 3 hours on a live stream explaining the intricacies of drama production while simultaneously making you laugh until your stomach hurts. Because of this, the public perception of Liu Yuning is that he is an unstoppable force of extroverted energy. The industry expects him to be the loud, fun, commanding presence in any room he walks into. When he goes on variety shows, he is expected to carry the comedic weight. When he attends press conferences, he is expected to provide the viral sound bites. But what the cameras are aggressively hiding is that the transition from a singer to a high-demand actor carrying S-level ancient dramas has fundamentally drained his social battery to zero. Acting in Chinese costume dramas is notoriously brutal. The hours are inhumane, the costumes are heavy, the wire work is dangerous, and the dialogue is immensely complex. Add to that the fact that Liu Yuning is not classically trained, meaning he has to work twice as hard to prove his worth to an industry that often looks down on internet celebrities transitioning into acting. The mental gymnastics required to prove he belongs in that space are exhausting. Behind the scenes, Liu Yuning is not the loud, boisterous guy you see on his live streams. Much like Zhao Lusi, the intense pressure has forced him inward. Set workers have noted that when he is not actively filming a scene, he is incredibly quiet. He sits in his chair, studying his script, staring off into space, completely disconnected from the bustling environment around him. He is not being antisocial, he is simply out of words. When you spend your entire life giving away your energy to a camera, to your fans, and to your directors, there is very little left for yourself. His introversion is a stark contrast to his public persona, and it is a reality that the media works very hard to obscure.